Bowl. Yeah, the battle of the bees here, and storyline going into this. Obviously, Boy Butter so far this season unsuccessful in getting a win, 0-3. But that could all change tonight. They are going up against the 2-1 Batty Bargain Bin. They looked on fire. They started off season 2-0, really strong. Looked like one of the top teams going into the season, but they were handed their first defeat last week. So I don't know. Batty Bargain Bin, they might maybe on a down streak here, and Boy Butter, they got nothing else to lose at this point. I think they're just gonna go hard in the paint. They're gonna go ham. They might bring out some cheesy picks. I don't know. Maybe they're gonna just keep it more normal.
Yeah, I'm interested in how this goes after their loss last week. If they like reevaluated anything, or if they just thought they had a bad week.
Yep. Starting off the bands here. Vel'Koz, Blabuer, Renai Circulation. When he's in the game, Vel'Koz is off the table. It looks like we're out of Champ Select.
Yeah, I got message. Apparently, Blab's client froze. Renai Circulation,
Okay.
his client froze. So we will
Alright.
be remaking that as soon as we can. Damn, I really wanted to. I want to get into this. Like, I don't know what we're gonna see here. Like, one thing I am excited to see, I hope we get to see, is once that Scion skin comes out, I want to see more Scion from Blab in middle because I want to see it. That's pretty much the only reason. No tactical.
Yep, Mecha Scion for the uninformed.
Transformer.
Transformer, man. Yeah, it's so his ultimate animation's pretty cool. But as I was saying, Vel'Koz off the table, obviously. Answered back by Batty Bargainman. Their three bands are Fiora, Nocturne, and Kha'Zix.
That's interesting. The buffs have not come out yet. We're still on 6.5.
Yeah, that's yep. I mean, Splinter is in the way back days, season 3, maybe early season 4. No, I think it was just actually season 3. Kha'Zix was a top tier jungler. And he played it a lot back then. I know Splinter still brings him out occasionally, but it's very niche because he really just isn't the strongest pick overall. But yeah, I don't know why they banned that. Maybe no, none of the other players play Kha'Zix. I'm not sure. But Nocturne obviously a very strong pick right now. We don't want Splinter getting ahead on that. Other bands though for Boy Butter, they've finished up with Callista and Thresh. Obviously taking Callista away from Vivret. And Thresh.
I was about to
Go for it.
say I haven't checked his match history, so maybe he's been playing a lot. And then before I could say that, Splinter sends me a message, check my match history. So I'm assuming he's been playing Kha'Zix a fuck ton.
Yeah, he just messaged me as well. Check match history. Lol.
Yep, that's exactly what I got. So
Okay.
he,
Yep.
he's been putting the time in on that, probably in preparation of the buff coming up.
hmm Yeah, well, maybe that's like the next level mind game because Splinter, just because he's so good, spams Kha'Zix in a very, bad state, and then they ban him, and now he gets to pick tons of junglers, actually. There's only, I mean, I don't like the Kha'Zix ban at all, really, overall, but I mean, he still has a lot of options available. He has Shyvana, he even has Hecarim, his sort of mainstay champion. But oh, look at this. We got, um, you know, Bard. What's the nickname for Bard? I don't.
Brad? I don't know.
I feel like I had a clever nickname for Bard, but
There's only two
I lost my
things
script.
I've heard Bard called, and that's Brad and Bad.
those aren't very clever at all.
Nope, they're both from Salvo. Of course they're awful.
Oh, okay. Damn. Nickname for Bard is garbage, says AJ0. Okay.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
I saw a video from the Mexican League from the Spanish League, sorry. Ignore me.
Yeah.
Anyway, where they basically did a pentaflash by Bard taking his E through the wall.
Yeah, yeah.
level 1. They got first blood worth.
Yeah, no, I saw that too. Top of Reddit. I love to play. I mean, I want to do that now. I want to play support and play bars. But all right, enough joking around here. Let's talk about some picks. First pick overall, pretty obvious here. Sivir. Can't really stress enough how good of a pick she is right now. Now we'll be going over to Viverette, who has shown this season he's a very good AD carry. Sivir, not the highest skill ceiling in the game, but I mean, really a good ADC player is only going to make Sivir that much scarier.
And
That is answered with K-King on Tristana, one of his sort of old go-tos. Tristana not played a lot overall in the whole scheme of things, solo queue or competitive play, but has been picked by Salvo a couple times, at least once this season. So yeah, we'll see K-King on that. Wait a minute. So is this another iteration? No, this is the week 1 iteration of Boy Butter, right? Because last 3 weeks they had a different lineup come into the game player wise. I think they're back to sort of the default lineup. This is, I believe, their week 1 lineup.
I believe this was the assumed lineup. I'm also expecting, so I'm liking that Alistar. I'm amazed Alistar hasn't been more contested.
Wow, you're right. It went all the way to last rotation?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Like, second to last rotation, I guess, but, like, he went really far down this list without getting picked up. He's so good. And even after his quote-unquote nerf that's coming next patch, he's still going to be so good because that's barely a nerf.
Yeah. It definitely doesn't nerf why Alistar is so
exactly.
strong.
It is a nerf. Like, he's not going to heal his teammate in lane, and he's not going to sustain when you're trying to, like, siege on somebody. But you don't need any of that. You don't.
Mm-hmm. Well, wow, Jeff's finished up pretty quick here. Let's round out Batty Bargain Bin on the blue side. Their team comp. They got Bard on the support role, Sivir, like we already talked. Mikaro on Jungle Shyvana. Mr. Coff. Wait a minute. No,
he is teleport.
No,
what's
wait
happening?
a minute. Oh yeah. So this I've seen this happen. So like pre-season 1, I believe my team we scrimmed this team, and they did do this where Mick role swapped into the top lane, and they put Mr. Coffee in the jungle role. And Coffee, if you check his match history, plays a lot of Poppy jungle.
Poppy is one of those characters who, if she makes it to late game, she's just this big fucking pool of health that you can't seem to get through. Pretty much exactly what happened with that Mundo last game.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't, like, it feels like everything you touch them with does nothing.
Yeah, it's really debilitating actually. Yeah, and especially in the late game, Poppy ult really becomes a big impact ultimate. I mean, if you can knock either a beefy front lane tank away from the fight, or even better, if you're able to knock a carry away, then you can just burn down the tanks. And then lastly, I guess is Blab with mid lane Lux, taking that cleanse. Because he is going against Cruisemaster in the mid lane on the Ahri. And Swift mentioned this, and I feel like I was going to mention it if I hadn't seen his message as well. But Cruisemaster is opting to take Teleport Ahri into Lux.
That betrays how little you trust yourself with Ahri. I was going to ask, because I don't think I've ever seen Cruz play Ahri. And taking Teleport on Ahri means you are not confident at all in your laning with her.
No, it's not even that, dude. Look at Dan's summoners. Oh no.
Are they swapping? Is that happening?
No. Oh well, wait a minute. Okay, well no, I didn't even think of that. I just thought that I thought Dan just went full Death God Zero, or Death God Nero, not Zero. Death God Nero on this game, and he just said, "Hey, I'm gonna take Ignite in top lane and dumpster."
Oh, that's
whoever goes there.
That's most likely what's happening.
And then Splinter's like, "Yo, but we need a teleport," and Cruisemaster is like, "Okay, I got that."
Maybe I don't know.
You can't play Season 6 League of Legends without a teleport. That's the sad reality of it. If you're not a big fan of teleport like I am, but that's the reality. Okay, guys, it's sometimes even better to bring 2 fucking teleports into a game.
Yeah, I see especially like when playing as 5, you see a lot of double teleports. It's such a good summoner spell when the whole point of the game is map control and like good rotations can win you the game regardless of fighting or not. Look at that, being able to be anywhere on the map's pretty fucking good.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess to go off those picks, yeah, Dan, he is playing the top lane Pantheon, something he has played this season, I believe, and it is one of his go-to champs in the past as well. But Pantheon received actually a lot of big nerfs this last patch. So on this current patch 6.5, he is in a very nerfed state. But I guess that doesn't deter him from picking it. Master Splinter on Jungle Jacks.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a weird pick. I'm assuming that's going to be split pushing later because last week they tried very hard for the 1-3-1 and they got very close to winning with it.
Yeah.
And Jax and Pantheon are definitely two people you can do that again with 1-3-1 and just put the other 3 in middle. And actually, Ali, Trist, and Ari are some of the safest people you can have be in middle for the 3.
Yeah, no, that's true. I totally agree with that. That's exactly what they're going for here. And last week they did have a lot of success in that 1-3-1, and it was a very close game. And it seemed at some points they just had that one in the bag. They had a good split push going that wasn't answered for a lot of the early mid game. But but you know, when you corner yourself into the split push team comp, especially without a big front line, you really can't team fight. And the enemy team fight, so Batty Bargain Bin's team fight is very, very good. Has pretty much everything you want. Has engage, has disengage, has a front line, has a lot of damage threats in the back line, and then you have Bard on top of it. And I Veiled Destiny, I don't think we've seen him play Bard this season. His Thresh did get banned out in this game.
What did he play last week when his Thresh was banned last week, right?
He played Braum last week, I believe.
Yeah,
and he's always been played Braum and Thresh. Those have been his go-to here, and opting not to pick Braum here and going with that Bard. So showing off his lead Bard skills here. Let's see if it can mean a win for Batty Bargain Bin. And we're on the Rift, folks, for Game 2 of the SBL Week 4.
All right. And we're already in all chat. Solid. Thanks, 30. That definitely shows up on stream.
Oh!
Oh, and we have a level 1 team fight where Veiled Destiny has the bomb on him and he flashes up and blows up anyway as Joe goes down. And both teams are fairly low at this point. It does look like Coffee and Blue Team is still going in. Wow, both teams get a kill off that.
Yeah, now let's see who came out on top there. Cruise Master getting the first blood for his team, and Vivaret getting the first blood for his team. You know, from the results we've seen so far this season, I think that one might go over to Batty Bargain Bin. There's a little bit more gold outcome for Boy Butter, but I think that's because of the assists and how they were spread out.
Yeah, it does look like it's assists, but
first blood, obviously.
First blood, but that 100 gold, I'm looking at the gold graph right now, is literally not spent. The extra 100 over 400 to 300, but they are in different lanes, so obviously that still changes a lot. Yeah, because Ari actually chooses Forbidden Idol first.
Look, he has 5 biscuits.
Oh god, he does.
Already tilted from this. Oh man.
Cruz got first blood and went for the safest build I've ever seen.
Bringing teleport Ari into the game, man. Like, you're right. At this point, it's just you're not even trusting yourself.
Yeah, he trusts himself 0%. He has teleport. He has Forbidden Idol, like off first blood, and 5 biscuits. You cannot be any safer without literally just playing an ARAM. Like, holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Wow. I don't even know what to say about that. Out of all the level 1s we've seen, I'm amazed that is how the fight went down. And Failed Destiny getting a decent amount of damage on him. He's got the bomb, I think 3 stacks on him. He'll pop down to about 2/3 health. But with Bard's heals, he should be able to get himself up. So we'll see how much that actually matters.
Yeah, good management of the relics. Oh, Caretaker's Shrine. His W. Good management of those can really turn around a lane. Like just the sustain you can get from it after losing a fight or even after winning a fight can really tip the balance for your team.
I'm not expecting to see a lot early game, in top lane at least, for most of the same reason. Like, in the same way that Cruz... Oh, speaking of, Cruz lands some decent damage onto Renai here in mid. Lux and Ari just trading some damage. As I was saying, though, I don't think there's going to be a ton of damage going top lane, because I don't think Mick wants to fuck with Dan. Oh, a teleport. And by teleport, I mean pause. Words are hard.
Yeah, another hashtag SBL pause the game. This one brought to you by Bad Dragon, one of our main sponsors of the SBL. Just Google it.
Yeah, just Google it.
Failed
At work.
Destiny
Google it at
has
work.
quit the game, and so I assume we got some disconnect issues. We have some lag issues reported here.
Let's see. Yeah, the quit was after the lag call. I'm assuming that was a like him attempting to fix the lag.
Yeah. Yeah, so far this game's dead even gold, 1-to-1 kills. Lanes seem to be going pretty even. I think a lane we gotta really watch up here is I'm just standing on Pantheon versus Mikuro Shyvana here. He has a Corrupting Potion, obviously trying to bully out Shyvana in this early game. Got a little bit of a CS lead as well, but nothing crazy here. And Mick, he's getting dropped down pretty low, but he has the health potions to sustain. I think the big thing, though, that I really wanted to note is that I'm just saying doesn't have a teleport. How do you think that's going to play out into this game?
Without teleport, that's pretty obvious that he's looking for that kill. And he does actually have Mick, despite what I just said, under half health already. And Mick did not go for the refillable potions. He went for armor and some pots.
Mm-hmm.
So if Dan can keep this up, he will be able to slowly get a lead or just get a kill and catapult himself ahead.
Yeah. And to talk about, I guess, just damage types, maybe Mick, maybe a good item for that cloth armor is just an early Ninja Tabby. Does very well against your lane matchup in Pantheon, but not tons of magic damage for Boy Butter's squad. It's really only Cruise Master on Ari, and maybe he's just considering Ari damage a non-factor.
Yes.
You know, with the whole no ignite and the forbidden idol first 5 health pots.
So Mick does get pushed under tower pretty hard right away. He pops both his potions, and there is both junglers up top lane. Lots of pings going down, and Splinter's going in on Mick, and his jungler's a little far. 2 flashes blown, both top laners, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Dan he didn't get in range for the W stun. It was a little too late. I think he needed a flash immediately after the Jack stun to try to chain that. But I still don't think it would have been a kill. It probably just would have been flash trades.
Yeah. So both flashes top lane down, which I think affects Mick more than anything, unless Coffee can get a good gank here early. Bino Joe going in. The first one gets spell shielded, and he gets a lot of damage traded back onto him.
Yeah, Bard, Failed Destiny hitting that stun into the minion wave, and Bard's just really good at that for abusing little trades, even small engages like that. He does really well against Leona and Alistar as long as he's able to stay alive, because he does offer more sustain than them and a better counter trade.
Yeah, not only the sustain with his W's, but his auto attacks, if you haven't attacked anything in a while, are pretty decent damage. Just for right-clicking somebody.
Yeah, and I guess that's maybe the bigger point is that he is a ranged support, and he does have that advantage of being able to sort of bully out those melee supports and get into the face of the AD carry.
Oh, Cruise Master, both of them just kind of throwing spells at each other in mid, not a whole lot of finesse going about it.
Yeah. Cruise Master with the biscuit advantage here. He has 2 biscuits over the 1. Wait, so is Blab not? Wait, no, you start with 2 biscuits, right? With Doran's ring. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
too.
Cruz. Okay, Cruz actually just chomped on his next biscuit there. He's used 4 biscuits while Blab has used 1.
Yeah,
And Blab has a CS advantage.
of 10. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And he did. Poppy was just mid for an attempted gank there. Cruz just walked up to get away from that one, and it looks like she's coming bottom. I don't know if they called out, but Red does not have any wards down here. But unless Vivaret and Failed Destiny let them push out, that's probably not going to come anything from it. Both top laners very low and both without potions, but it's working out for Dan. He's got a 20 CS lead, which is a lot. And
Yeah.
King chooses to jump out of that one.
Yeah, and look at the wards that Boy Butter has laid down in the enemy blue side jungle match winner. He is just counter jungling his heart's content here.
Really, if you, it depends on which side of the map. Like, both teams have a different side of the map that's totally warded at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Splinter is obviously all over that jungle.
Yep.
And a small fight going on mid, and Splinter here, he jumps in, he gets the stun, and Ari... they are not going to be able to get that.
Oh man, I I just feel like a dick for saying this, but I feel like if he had Ignite, he might have been able to get that kill.
Possibly, but Lux still has both her summoners up. He wasn't even threatened enough in that fight to pop either.
Oh wow, you're right. Actually, yeah, the cleanse. Actually, yeah, you're right.
He just sat there and he's like, "This is fine."
Yeah, you're right. If he didn't have cleanse though, he probably would have had barrier heal or teleport. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, you're right. That could have been better. That could have been a better gank attempt.
Yeah, he was not worried about that at all.
Mm-hmm. And just a slight gold lead, just so slight, 300-ish gold going over for Boy Butter, and that goes back to the CS lead you pointed out in the top lane.
Oh, good pulverized headbutt going in. Destiny has the bomb on him, and that's going to be a Sivir ult popped, and they jump in. Bard ult pops 3 of them though. This might kill Destiny. And a flash heal getting blown to get him out of there.
Oh, Phil. Destiny. The Bard ult is actually a great counter to Tristana bombs.
It is. Oh, did he need that though? They had heal. I mean, it worked out obviously, and they counter gank on top lane, trying to get something on Dan, but can't quite get to him in time. We do have Bard going around trying to get some wards reestablished. Or no, just checking. And they are back onto Dan. Dan not expecting Coffee to still be top lane. And oh my god! Dan gets the kill. Can Mikro pick him up?
Burst out of Dan. He's got the health pot ticking here,
got
but
him. Wow. Holy shit. I don't know if that was passive that kept him alive or what, but Dan just
dangerous game.
Should not have gotten that.
Well, yeah. Yeah, wait. Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, obviously dangerous game happened after the kill there, but yeah, that was really crazy. I guess it was terrible positioning out of Dan. There was no reason for him to go there, and he didn't have flash, and he knows Poppy's in the vicinity. But he turns it around with some good targeting onto Coffee there.
Yeah, he was able to make it a 1-for-1 rather than just the 0-1 that should have been, and
yeah,
not that bad. So now Dan's sitting pretty good. I mean, he's still only got the 10 CS lead. Mikro will get good damage on this. And Dan's jumping in.
Yeah.
I do not think Mick's going to get this tower yet. Oh, and Splinter's there too. He dragons over the wall. Splinter 2 flashes, was that? And Mick is very low. He's burning. He has a red buff on him. Oh, he's so low. But all flashes are down. Oh no, Splinter still has flash. He's still going there. There it is. Red buff! Red buff! He gets the stun. And he slaps him, and that's it.
Oh man, maybe some lack of communication there. Really,
I feel like Splinter could have flashed way earlier and ended that.
Yeah.
Maybe he was just waiting for the jump to come back up. And we do see as they start getting into it, mid Coffee is mid now, and Cruz is gonna ult out of that one.
Yeah, I think in an ideal world that Dan should have just gone in and tanked the W passive. Or, I mean, just Pantheon passive, but maybe he didn't have it up. But yeah, I mean, it would have been a pretty easy tower dive if they kept running, but a little miscommunication there. But really, at the end of the day, Splinter still grabs the kill. 1-0-1 for him on this jungle Jax. He's got the Devourer. How many stacks he's got so far? He's got 1. Okay, he just got it. I'll give him some time. We'll do a Devour stack check.
in a bit
Yeah,
once they've had some time. Yeah, seems
yeah.
fair.
That
Oh, the
flash.
flash over the wall. They knock up Splinter. And they delete him, and he is not able to pick up that dragon, and it is stolen as King jumps in alone and gets exhausted. Bard ult as
Oh,
King
King
flashes
flashes in
into it.
with
I
the
didn't,
Bard ult.
and they're screwed. Cruisemaster is going to go down here. King might be able to walk away. The Bard wall might actually work against. Oh, they are not able to get any damage onto a Vinyl Joe, but his ult is going to run out soon if they can't get out of there. And Vibrat taking a lot of damage from that bomb.
Yeah, Vivra did not spell shield at the right time there at all, but wow, but really big turnaround. What I guess Boy Butter was hoping for a free sort of stealth solo dragon for Master Splinter turned into 2 for 0
Yeah.
for Batty Bargain Bin.
I don't know who made that call, but that was awesome. Because he flashed and eat him like away, and then he was basically CC'd for the rest of the time that they were fighting him. That was very well played.
Yeah, maybe good heads up play from Coffee there because he's the one who actually went towards the Dragon Pit and maybe thought like, oh, we don't have Dragon warded, guys. I'll go do that, and sees the opportunity and stun locks Master Splinter for a kill there, and still a dead even game there right now. I guess it's still a Dragon and
Oh,
kill
lots of
advantage.
damage onto him, and Cruz might be able to pick this up. He's dashing the wrong way, man. Flash the wall, cannot quite pick that up.
Okay, I know now. I'm really gonna sound like a broken record here, but
If he had Ignite,
yeah.
dude,
I'm sorry. It's
that was a guaranteed kill with Ignite.
that was so guaranteed.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
50% Senpai says he's tilted in Twitch chat. And I'm not even a mid player, man. I don't even know what it would feel like for a mid player. I feel like Blab. Maybe this was a strategy. The next level mind game. Cruise Master did this. To
Oh, Dan
purposely
ulting into
tilt
top
Blab.
lane, and he lands right on the micro, but he's popping that active, but can't quite get onto him. Dragon too fast.
Yeah, burnout on Shyvana is just it's so hard to catch her when that's going. And Mick did buy level 1 boots early here, and Dan is he's sitting on the Yoma's Ghostblade and Corrupting Potion, which is tons of damage if you can get to the person you want to attack.
I like how we're pretending we have our own emote in chat. I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Even I think Cruz might even just misplay that. He didn't even need Ignite there. I think there's probably just some kind of damage combination that just didn't come through. But let's not talk about the faults of not taking the Knight on Ari mid lane.
Oh, Joe trying to clear that ward, taking minor damage from it.
Yeah. So far, the only lane that's really gone out of hand is
Oh, Bardold going in. Are they about to dive that Alistair? No, but the King takes a lot of damage. He goes very low, and Luxel picks him up. Nice shot there. Albino Joe trying to get the re-engage here on the failed Destiny. And Splinter jumping in, but he gets snared immediately. Destiny, very low from Cruz, but Cruz cannot quite get in there and take him out. Oh, still going for it. Kind of dangerous and by himself here, but the Sivir ult will allow them to just run out of there.
ooh, that's. I mean, that was a whole very very interesting fight on the whole. I mean, I like the idea with the Bard out there to try to start off the fight. Blab missed the Lux binding on the newly alive Alistar out of Bard ult, but they were able to get some kind of CC onto K-King. It was a Bard stun. So actually a great Bard stun out of Failed Destiny, and then that was just followed up by the Lux damage from the laser. But it was just one kill overall at the end of the day. It was a good binding to disengage as well on the re-engage from Master Splinter there.
I'm amazed at how evenly spread the kills are on like both teams.
Yeah.
Oh, Dan actually in some danger here from. Oh,
Oh!
wow!
Oh, second time this game. Dan is knowing the limits and how much damage Pantheon can output, and he didn't even use Yoma's Ghostblade. I'm not. Let's just not even call it a misplay. Let's just call that calculated.
Oh man, and that was just Pantheon passive. He gets automatic crits when you're below a certain amount of health, and the crit on the Q is enough.
Yeah, and he did Ignite there. So that Ignite Spell is actually coming
Wait,
in
wait,
pretty
wait, wait.
handy for
Ignite gets
Dan.
you
Who knows?
kills?
I didn't even mean to bring that up. I'm
Come on,
sorry.
Ignite doesn't get you kills. Stop.
I didn't even. Oh god. And
It's too
they
late. You're
take up
memeing
Rift
now. You're
Herald.
memeing now, 30. It's too late.
I didn't even mean to meme there, man.
It's over. It's all over.
Oh, the Rift Herald take for Boy Butter, and it's gonna be handed off to Master Splinter to help clear that jungle.
Eh, probably gonna see minor damage here. I doubt anything will come from that. Yeah. Nothing serious, bottom. There.
Now the Vivaret CS lead is now growing. It's almost 30 CS now. There has been quite a bit of pressure in the bot lane, but I don't think that's 30 CS down. I mean, King, I don't know how much he plays the game nowadays. He might just be a little rusty in the last hitting. But I mean, maybe Vivaret's actually doing a good job because with Tristana, it is very hard to last hit under the tower, and Sivir is a champion that just excels. It's just clearing the waves nonstop and pushing you into tower.
Yeah, it. Yeah, Triss definitely has issues trying to CS while under tower. That explosive just totally ruins her. I appreciate whoever in chat just mentioned that. I don't think Ari's teleported. Come on, Cruz. Please. Just like one TP.
Yeah. Maybe this just hasn't been a setup for any kind of TP gank into a lane, but
You know what
I
there has
assume he
been
just
a
brought that
setup
so
for?
he could come back into lane because he thought he was gonna get pushed up by the Lux. Yeah, but you know, I was just talking about Vivaret CS lead. The biggest one in the game, what we need to talk about is I'm just Stan in this top lane. This is a 40 CS lead now for him. 2-1 and 2 on this Pantheon. And the Dragon is being taken from Batty Bargain Bin. Looks like for free here because Master Splinter is up in the top quadrant of the map. I. He looked like he was looking for a tower dive,
I don't.
but decides to go against that. Yeah.
Who was looking for tower dive? Dan?
Master Splinter. Yeah,
Oh,
Master
yeah.
Splinter with Dan. Yeah, he was in that blue side jungle. Oh.
I don't. Oh, Dan taking some tower shots when he doesn't need to.
Yeah.
I don't think they
Passive's
need to
down
tower
now.
dive with how much pressure he can put onto the Shyvana. And they, Betty Bargain Bin manages to take a tower. Cruisemaster gets snared. Looks like nothing's gonna come out of it. Yeah, I don't think they need to tower dive in order for Dan to keep harassing the way he's been. I mean, he's up 50 CS almost.
Yeah, and Master Splinter, he's now at 20 stacks on that Devourer. Soon to be another one, right? It's Scuttle 2 or 1? It's 2. 22 Devouring stacks for Master Splinter. So yeah, maybe that's a good choice overall not to try to go for the tower dive. And not really even to gank at this point. I think Splinter might be saying to himself at this point, yeah, I'm just going to get Devour. I'm going to get sated. Guys, just play safe. we need to get stronger. They need to get stronger so they could maybe start a split push going.
Yeah, and now's a good time to do it because unlike most junglers who retreat into the jungle and be like, fuck it, I'm getting farmed and I'm getting sated, they're not behind yet. Like, this is a super even game right now. He's just trying to hit that power spike and so they can make something happen.
Mm-hmm.
And Mick, after using that TP to get back to top lane, trying to put some pressure back onto Dan for once. Trying to make him miss some CS hopefully here. And it does look like there's a lot of Boy Butter players coming top lane.
Yeah.
But Mick gets that tower and he gets out safe.
Yeah, 2-tower advantage for Batty Bargain Bin, and that's what teleport does for you. I mean, you can just come back to lane full health and keep pushing the wave.
Oh, Pantheon ult coming into mid lane. Ooh, Splinter jump gets canceled by Coffee. Coffee's still in there. Now he's running. He's like surrounded, but I'm not sure they're really paying any attention to him. Bio Joe gets stunned into the wall. And Mikuro is deep. He must have teleported in, trying to get onto King, but oh, Flash is being blown everywhere, and a heal. Albino Joe gonna knock up and walk out. After all that, they get a tower and no one dies.
Yeah, but I mean I'd still win for Batty Bargain Bin. They accomplished what they came to mid lane for. They stacked at least 3 in that mid lane there and able to take the tower at the very last shot and then get out with their lives. Almost getting a kill onto K King there, like you said at the end there, and 3 towers to 0 right now. You bring a split pushing comp to the game, and obviously the win condition is just to force rotations and take down towers, but to get to that point, you need to take down towers early in the game, so you don't get pushed back like they are right now, deep in their lanes. The outer ring of towers are down for Boy Butter, and they have to try to fight their way out of an uphill battle, essentially, to try to get into a good split pushing position.
Yeah, they're playing their tower game very, very well right now from the bargain bin. I mean, the kills might be very close, and the gold is still fairly close. It's only about 1,000 apart, but the towers are speaking a different story, and that gives you a lot of map pressure.
Yeah, and it really should be more. When you are up 3 towers, this gold lead should be more, but I mean, it's the massive CS lead, and for Dan in the top lane here against Mikro, and even a slight CS lead now for Cruisemaster, but I mean, I'm sure that'll be evened out, just with the next coming waves. And I had 20 CS lead actually, well, less than 20 CS lead for Splinter in the jungle as well, who now does have the Rage Blade and is sated, so he has hit the power spike for Jack's jungle. Let's see what he can do here. He's got Merc Treads too, which I think are a pretty good buy here against from all the CC and slows out of Batty Bargain Bin.
Ooh, Cruz in some danger here, but he's just gonna Ahri ult out.
Don't worry, dude. He can just recall and teleport back.
God damn it.
What? That's a fact.
It is a fact. The thing that I can't believe it's a fact. And top lane, Mick needs to be in a bit of... Yeah, but he's just going to drag it over that wall. Splinter ward hops, but decides to walk out because they know that the team is rotating up to meet them.
Yeah, but this leaves Dan and Splinter in that top lane, and leaving K-King and Albino Joe to try to defend this mid-tower push. Albino Joe
all coming in, and Bardo's on the King there as one gets knocked way back, and Dan goes down real quick, and Mick, so much damage going out everywhere. King gets taken out by a Lux ult, now Destiny, but they're still diving onto this alley, and both red players left alive are very low. And they're going to get at least a tower out of this.
Yeah, 1 for 3. 3 for 1, I should say, in favor of Batty Bargain Bin, and it could have been just 2 more very, very easily, and that forces the remaining members of Boy Butter back, and they're going to get 2 towers from this, an inhib tower being one of those, and they're actually going to go for the inhib here too as well. Death timers are long at 23 minutes of the game. There's still 3 members dead, and that is a huge play for Batty Bargain Bin. That defines the game right now.
Yeah, they got a ton off of that fight. And
yeah.
I love that change, by the way. The longer death timers lets you actually make something happen when you get some kills.
Yeah, this is really, if I thought it was an uphill battle before, it really is now, especially for the champions that Boy Butter picked. And third dragon going over the game for Batty Bargain Bin. So they even have a 5 dragon win condition on the board. Not too long. I mean, it'll be 36 minute mark, 37-ish minute mark if they get it exactly on cooldown. Yeah, Batty Bargain Bin, they are in the driver's seat right now, and they should be able to wrap this game up, noting their previous wins in weeks 1 and 2.
Yeah, they had a bit of a misstep week 3, but it's looking like they want to return to that top position as quickly as possible. Yeah, the
only thing, maybe in split pushing might not be the answer for Boy Butter at this point, but they do have a lot of pick potential. The Pantheon ult, Ahri Charm, Master Splinter somehow sneaking into the back line with some jumps, but that's really what all they could hope for at this point is to ward up their side of the map and hope they catch out a carry alone. That's not being peeled by Bard or Poppy. Mr. Coffee having a very good game on Jungle Poppy, 2-1 and 2. Has already got that Iceborne Gauntlet on top of the Cinder Hulk.
Oh, and we have a fight. Well, not much of a fight actually. Dan just all alone here while 4 people get top lane, and roughly the same happening bottom lane, but only 2 players there. So they will not be able to take him out like Dan just got taken out, and I'm not even sure if they'll be able to get anything off that, as Bargain Bin is just going to tank this tower.
Yeah, I'm going back in time here, and Splinter just walks it down the lane, like away, and Dan was recalling, but he was caught out before he could finish. Unfortunate.
Yeah, so it does look like they're going to get this tower. There's not actually enough to defend that. Just hit the tower. Jesus, that took way too long. And Albino Joe now all alone in here. I don't know if he went in and his team went, nah, fuck that, or what that was about. But not great for them. So now Ali ult is down. So their only tank, basically, is missing his most defensive move.
And now this is a 6 towers to 0 lead for Batty Bargain Bin. 6k gold. I mean, they're doing this in a very methodical way right now. TP advantage for Mick, obviously, and he's in this bottom lane. Shyvana, a very good tower taker, especially with that Blade of the Ruined King. Luckily, King was there to answer it and try to stop the bleeding, but I don't know how much more blood they can really bleed at this point.
Yeah, it does look like we might even see a Baron play soon. They don't need it where they're sitting, but if they can honestly just use it to force a fight and end the game, if they play it right. Or who knows, maybe they'll pull a full Dignitas and just lose it.
Yeah. You see, Baron seems like too big of a risk for them even at this point.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they
Splinter
even
taking tons of damage from it. Mick is literally just standing still and right-clicking him. What the fuck? Use some spells, please.
Splinter, also with the outplay, standing still and right-clicking, the Nowhere Jungle Jax comes out on top.
That was maybe the most high-skill fight we've ever seen in the SBL. Both champions right-clicking on the other champion. Very well played. Well done.
You just take your hands off the keyboard and you just hope and pray. Like, I mean, at this point, I don't know how defeated Splinter can really feel. I mean, your team's behind a very good margin right now. Week 4 of the SBL, haven't won a game yet. It just seems like they don't have life in them anymore. Like, they're not active. They don't seem to really have a game plan going forward right now. Or do they? What do you think, Trey? Like, am I not seeing something here?
I don't know at what point Splinter would actually give up on a season, and I don't think he's reached it yet, knowing how competitive Splinter is.
Oh, geez, no, I didn't mean like the whole season. I meant this game. Wow.
Oh. I thought that's what you were saying. I was gonna say I don't think so.
Even I guess to further exacerbate the point, yeah, like that. They will most likely be 0-4 after this week if this game continues in the way it is right now.
Unless there's a big throw. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, looking at that, and you literally, like, you have to win out to even, like, be positive overall. 6 games in a row, like, that's hard for most teams, regardless of how well you're doing. Regardless, Albino Joe's going in, just walking in, and Pantheon ults, and that's just a Sivir ult out and a Bard ult, actually, to just completely keep them out of that.
Wait, no, Sivir didn't even ult.
Sivir did not ult. I thought I heard her yell, so.
Okay, no, yeah, Sivir ulted there. That actually might have been a...
That would have been worth it, I think.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, because they would have got 2 big impact ults out of the way, but Sivir ult is still up here, and she will most likely pop it.
Joe is now half health, flashes in, knocks up Renai's circulation, and no, Cruz. Oh, Vivaret taking down that only tank, the Alistair. Failed Destiny kind of in here by himself here. Oh, Cruz. Oh, man, there's just damage everywhere. This fight is so split. It's just like the skirmishes all together. That wasn't a team fight. That was like 2 different skirmishes going on.
Ah, man, I'm at a loss of words for that.
Yeah, that was a cluster. And Splinter's just sitting here trying to save something.
4
That's
for
an
0.
ace. 5 for 0.
Into the 5 for 0 for Batty Bargain Bin, and this will be a 30-minute victory for Batty Bargain Bin, elevating them to 3-1 on the season. Very clean game from them. Sort of an easy closeout after they got the lead there.
Okay, Destiny. He just decides to kill himself there.
All right.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
I just don't know what to say about a couple of decisions made in that game. But let me ask you, who do you want to see in here? Who do you think was the most impactful for Bargain Bin?
Most impactful, either Phil Destiny or actually, I'm gonna say Mr. Coffee. We've heard Blab talk too many times. He did have a good game, but let's get in some members that we don't talk to very often.
Okay. Coffee and
In Destiny.
And Destiny, not Vivaret.
Sure. Dude, you play. It's Sivir. Like impactful. I mean, yeah, the champion itself is impactful.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's fair. You press R and you are impactful.
Well, yeah, okay. He had a great game. Everyone on this team actually had a great game, maybe except for Mick. But it's whatever. I'd say bring in Failed Destiny for sure.
All right, we'll get Failed Destiny and Coffee. We'll grab those guys up here. I just gotta find them.
User was
Welcome,
moved to
Coffee.
your channel.
And
User was moved
Destiny.
to your channel.
Welcome, guys.
Yeah. Okay. No.
Hello.
Sorry, I gotta clear something up. Vivaret, his feelings seem hurt in Twitch chat. That's not what I'm saying. Vivaret, you're a great player, but let's make it interesting for impactful champions. Okay? I'm just saying. Anyway, welcome, Real Destiny and
Thank
Mr.
you.
Coffee. Congratulations
Honored.
on the win.
Thank you.
Got some. This is an interesting game. There's a lot of reasons why this is an interesting game, but let's first talk about your team composition. So, Coffee, you're coming in here. Is this your first game of the season?
No, I played a Volibear. I went 0-10 on. That was the second game of
Oh
the season.
yes. Because your Poppy was banned out, right?
Correct.
Yeah, and then now you get the chance. You release your vicious jungle Poppy. How did that make you feel in Champ Select?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think they would ban it because I don't think anyone in this league respects me, and I respect that because I haven't really shown any reason to, so I'm not offended by any means. It felt good. I've been playing her a ton. I just kind of cranked out a ton of games to her, and just like filled my match history, and that's why I think I drew the ban the last time I was up. And yeah, I just feel super comfy on her, especially in the jungle because there's so many walls to stun against. And I figured if worst came to worst, I could just punt out whoever was causing the most trouble. So like a couple times Alistair came in, or that it was just nice to have that. Okay, we can make this a 4v5 now.
Yeah, no, I agree. The Poppy W, right, is the one where you stop the jumps and stuff. Yeah, you've had some very good position there to stop quite a few engages actually, and I think that's just when I really felt the impact of that because
I'll tell you, I'm gonna tell you, I played that game. The way I played that game was like out of full respect for Master Splinter. I mean, that guy, I kid you not, that guy has taught me everything I know about the jungle. I love him, and I went the green jungle item just for him. I went Poppy I mean, I did everything because of how good Master Splinter is. So, I mean, the way it turned out, I'm very happy with, but man, I know what he's capable of, and I was very nervous going up against him.
All right, and I have a question for Destiny. Is Bard something you've been waiting to pick, or was it a pick you chose simply because Thresh was banned against you?
So Bard is a pick that works really well in team comps, and when you're trying to organize a team fighting team, it just resets a team fight in the perfect way possible. I've yet to play a ranked game with him, but I've been spanning games of Bard in normals and with the team for that reason, that it's just so good with team fighting. And we saw that their support, Albino Joe, has been spamming Bard games, and because of that, we thought it was a perfect opportunity to take it from him and use it for our own devices. So it's just overall a very powerful champ. He's one of the funnest champions I've played, just because he's so different. And I'd like to point out that when Master Splinter was soloing the dragon, we both were like, we saw Jax go towards dragon because he walked over a couple of our wards, but he didn't gank bottom. So we both were like, let's just head there and see where he is. And just from the sniff test, we were like, oh, he's low. So I Q stun him against the wall, and Poppy hits him, and we kill him and then take dragon.
Yeah.
So I think that changed the game dramatically.
And I kept my yellow trinket just for some extra wards because I knew that it was kind of a crucial point in the game for him to be coming in our jungle or going for dragon. It was nice I had that up. Otherwise, that wouldn't have happened.
Wow. Yeah, I mean that's something I don't think me or Treat caught that he was spotted out by wards there, and yeah, just using some common sense there, be like, oh, where did he go? Must be in Dragon Pit.
Well, that common sense didn't come from me.
But yeah, that That was big, and you guys, like, once you got on him, you like flash eat into him, and you guys kept him CC'd like the whole time. He had no chance to get back to that dragon and finish it. So, well played on that, and well played overall. GG's.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, just one last question. Going. So yes, 3-1 right now. Just had a small misstep last week with the loss. How do you guys feel going into next week is the last game of the round robin. Are you guys the best team in SBL?
If we're not the best, I think we're certainly up there. We have a lot of team coordination. We have a lot of communication whenever team fights are happening. And last week's game, we weren't actually talking about the macro game at all. And that's how we were ahead in kills, behind in kills, but ahead in gold, because we were just all focused on our lane so hard, winning lane. And that came out to bite us when we were focused on lane and not thinking about the macro game. And this game, we hit the macro game super hard and trying to perfect every rotation, calling where the jungler needs to go next, spotting their jungler. So after this game, I think it really boosted our confidence. Just to reiterate that last week hopefully was just a fluke, and we can keep doing better from there.
Well, and Blab and Viverite are both really good team leaders. Like, they're both really good if you have, like, I don't know, I have a lot of dumb questions in game. So it's nice that, like, I have two people that can, like, straight up tell me what I need to do if I just have a question. And I gotta say, big shout out to Mikaro, because we kind of threw him top last second. We were kind of debating who was gonna go jungle, who was gonna go top, and he was super cool about it and went top and did a pretty nice job.
All right. Thank you guys for the interview. Those were awesome answers, and me and 30 both have to jump into a game and try and kill each other bottom, so we'll let you go, and see you soon.
Thanks,
Good luck.
guys.